Good morning, lovely, lovely people. How are you today? I'm Joanna. Welcome. This is Core and Posture Morning Booster, and it's the last of my 12 sessions that I've been teaching live right through February. And just want to say thank you so much. I've had such joy teaching you, and it's been lovely having your feedback. And you, those of you who've been able to join me in live, welcome, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who obviously catch up or catching this at any time of your convenience, this is a series of exercises that have been posture enhancing, mobility stretch exercises, really to enhance the positive connection with your body, and it totally complements WalkActive. And we've had a specific focus on our core. So today's session, for our last one, we're actually just going to need to have a chair. I've got a really lovely, delicious stretch based focus to actually open up the whole posterior chain of the body. Lots of work on, specifically we've worked on this series, this tricky area between the pubic bone and the belly button. So we're going to really work on that, bring it all together. So if you're ready, lovely people, if you begin, let's start now. So let's just actually start sideways. So wherever you've got your balance, whether it's going to be a sideboard or a chair, that's really nice and easy. And have your feet hip distance apart. And we're going to start with just one abdominal J, just to get us in that position of being aware where you are. So have your hands interlinked. And remember, this is my fundamental standing abdominal exercise as part of the abdominal WalkActive series. So knees a little bit soft, maybe the ankles are out so you don't grip your bottom. And you're just going to scoop the arms down. And as you do that, you actually start to engage the lower abdominal area. And then we get this lovely length all the way up to the sternum. So we've got pubic bone to sternum, thinking about length in that area. Just relax the shoulders down. This is our first one, so just tapping into our posture as well. And then we just V down into the pubic bone here. So we're nice and neat with the waistline and finish with our global greeting. So we keep the length between the ribs and the hips. So the internal obliques are really challenged in that way. And we're here for 10 and 9 and 8. Really neat with the body, drawing everything in and up. 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 more and 3 more and 2 more and 1. And just gently release down. Good job. Okay, now from here, come fairly close to whatever you're going to use for a bit of support. So I've got a chair here and I've actually got it backed against a bit of stability so it's not going to fall over if you feel a bit of balance. Now from here, knees a bit bent, we're going to make a nice sort of shape of a rectangle. I actually did this, I think it was in session number 7, and you loved it. So I really like this starting position. So think about making a rectangle shape with your body. So the bottom of the rectangle is obviously the base of the floor, and then you've got one side of the chair, and you want to think the parallel line for the side of the chair is going to be from your feet all the way to the hips. So it's quite a strong opening up in the back of the hamstrings. So please feel free to bend the knees if you want to, but lift the tailbone up. So this is where we're trying to really get the openness in, happening in behind here of the pelvic area, all the ligaments. And the hands are relaxed. And the top part of the parallel line is from our fingertips all the way down to our tailbone. So the top part of our body is parallel to the floor. So if you visualize this rectangle shape that we're trying to make all the time, just lifting up through the backs of the legs, stretching the fingertips forward, easing the spine away. It's just a lovely way to kind of get some length and some stretch. Maybe it will stretch the shoulders and the upper back, and all the time just easing and being respectful into that area. Take a lovely big deep breath in, gorgeous people. And then from here, come up onto your toes and spin the ankles one way. And then you're going to keep that feeling of lifting up through the tailbone. Again, if you want to have your knees a little bit bent, please do. And you're almost making a bit of a trapezium shape now. Parallel line, upper body is parallel, lifting up through the back of the tailbone. And just maybe a bit of a stretch to the side of the body. One side is longer than the other. Take a big deep breath in, and then lift the toes up, and then spin the ankles the other way so that your heels come down. Press that body back, lift that tailbone up, and just really take a moment to explore some lengths, some openings as we just connect positively with our body. Take a deep breath in. Good job. Now from here, come back to a central position. So we're in our original rectangle position, and lift up through the tailbone just a little bit more. Bend the knees. I invite you to take a couple of steps in and maybe just relax the head down. And you're going to generously bend the knees so the hands come down to the floor. So we're in a forward hanging position. See how that feels for you today. Now from your forward hanging position, just let the head down And this is a really nice way to also get a little bit of blood go to the brain, to the head, really good for all the hair follicles as well. So just feel nice and relaxed. Pull the abdominals in a little bit and just try to straighten and explore through the backs of the legs so we get a bit of opening through the whole posterior chain of the body. Weight maybe a little bit more in the heel pad than the ball of the foot, okay? But you've still got the conscious awareness of where you are. And just relax the shoulders, nod yes, nod no, nod yes. And then from here, what I'd like to do is just invite you just to walk your hands gently to one side. So maybe they're now on the outside of one foot. And keeping the knees bent, depending on how it feels for you, just start to stretch and explore through the back of that leg. So you get a little bit of mobility through the upper spine. Take a deep breath in, and then bend the knees, and then gently and respectfully ease the hands round to the other side. So they're on the outside of the other foot. And again, if you want to explore straightening the legs a little bit, please do. Just maybe a few oohs, never ows, just be curious, be kind of thinking, how are you doing today? A little bit of being inquisitive with the body. And then bend the knees, come back to the center. And then from here, a couple of puppet string arms to just really open up. Oh, and just let them all drop down. And again, just release any tension in the upper body. So good at any time of the day. Good job. And then from here, gorgeous people, bend your knees, bring your weight to the heel, tuck that tailbone under so we start to get that little bit of awareness in the lower part here. And as you come up, draw up, think about coming up to a lovely straight position. And we find ourselves in that standing position. And from here, just come back and we're going to do our first abdominal J again here. So hands level by the belly button, scoop down, draw in. So you get that lower part working, and then you draw up all the way to the pubic bone sternum. Relax the shoulders down, taper into that waistline, and we're here with our global greeting. We're here for 10 and 9 and 8, 7 and 6 and 5, 4, and feel how much easier this is now after all these sessions we've done. 3 more, 2, good, 1 more. Does that feel better? And ease down a little bit. Now, come a little bit closer. If you want to use the chair for a bit of balance, please do. And what I'm going to do is going to ask you to take 1 foot back and just tuck the toes under. So you've got a little bit of stretch over the foot. And you want to position the foot away from the body so that we start to feel a bit of a stretch over the hip flexor here. So a couple of things to be thinking about. Think of the hip and the knee forward, moving forward as one unit. The body is square to your chair. So you can be here for balance. Never think that using a prop means that you aren't good at an exercise. Actually, using a prop can be meaning that you are using intelligence with your movement pattern to help you get into the correct position so that other muscles aren't having to contract too much. So think about pushing this hip forward, a little bit of a gentle stretching. You may well feel a stretch over the front of the foot as well. And I'm going to invite you to take some big breath in, breathe in, and then just pull those arms down into this like winner W position. And again, so big deep breath in and pull down. Front foot is maybe a bit challenging with balance. You can leave one hand on that chair if you want, whatever feels good for you today. Good job. Now from here, bring your hands slightly onto the chair, and this leg is going to come back. Now, a couple of options I'm going to give you here. So you could come into a nice strong calf position. Check that both feet are facing forward. But if I'd like to, what I really like to do is actually progress it into a hip flexor stretch. So wriggle the front foot forward, okay? Ease and press the hips down. So you're strong in the back foot. Think of this in directions of effort. So direction of effort of pushing forward with the front knee, but make sure you can see the whole foot, and direction of effort pushing through with the back foot, and you'll feel a stretch over the hip flexor here. The hands can be here, and the body is actually a little bit of alignment through here. So we're maintaining the space, and you can just check that with your global greeting. Take a deep breath in, see how that feels. And if you want, you can leave one hand facing forward and just spin this one open as we energize the knees forward and we just open up the upper body. How's that feeling? All right, stretch and really explore the width of your body. Big deep breath in, see how that feels. And then the hand can rest down here and you can bring this one forward. Good job. And then from here, we're just going to tuck the tailbone under, bring the hands to the floor, and this front foot is going to go back into a downward dog. So take your time to ease into this position. And being our first one, it might be quite nice to have the feet a little bit wider apart and just have a little bit of movement. So you're lifting up the back of the legs. See how that feels. Take a big deep breath in. And then from here, bend the knees, tuck that tailbone in. And we're just going to sort of take a few steps in So we come back to that forward hanging bend. Now, just see how that feels again for you. So generous bend of the knees. See how that feels. Bit of emphasis here on the heel, and then lift up the back. Just have a little feel. Breathe in. And then from here, bend the knees, and you're slowly going to roll up. Take your time. See how that feels. Big deep breath in. Good job, and bring the arms down to the side. Good job. Now we're going to repeat that on the other side. So just wriggle out the feet, recess where you are. Let's do another abdominal J, because that really helps put us in the right space, brings that awareness into our body. So the hands level the belly button. Are you ready? Here we go. So we're going to do that abdominal J. The hands come down, draw into that lower part of the abdominals here. Then we come all the way up to the sternum. Relax the shoulders down, neaten that waistline. Finish it with your global greeting, so you feel that your flesh is coming away from your clothes. Your glutes here, these babies are relaxed, and there's space in your spine. So good for your internal organs. Flatten this area, nice and neat. Functional health, really important. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. Keep lifted, feel vital, feel strong. 2 and 1, and release down. Good job. Now the hands can be lighted by your chair, and we take the other leg back. So explore and take the toes under. So you can use the chair here for a bit of support, lifting up so you're not sinking in this hip, and position this foot back so you feel the stretch. Think of it as one unit from the knee to the hip, easing forward. Lift up. You can check your position with your global greeting here. So a little bit of stretch over the front of the foot. And if that feels a little bit uncomfortable for you or a bit alien, you can actually change it so you're back up onto your toe mount, okay? But I quite like that feeling of stretching over the front of the foot. So lots of options for you today. And we'll do those big arm breaths in, breathe in, pull the arms back. Big deep breath in, really get the oxygen into your lungs and pull back. So a little bit of stretch across the front of the chest. And again, here we go, pull back. Well done. And then the hands come here, and this is where we can start to explore your position that suits you. So the foot can come back, so you've got a nice strong calf stretch. Check your alignment, or we can progress it further. Okay, so you can take the foot further back, so you start to feel a little bit of stretch over that hip flex. And remember, we're talking about opening up the hip flexors, so important for back care. Also so important to help the abdominals work correctly, and also so the glutes will fire when we're actually in our walking stride. So a little bit of alignment here. Energize that back foot. Check you can see that whole foot. Leave the hands here if you want. See how that feels. If you want to take it further down, please do. Listen to your body and how it feels today. Now we're going to open up. So the hand can stay here, or you can just work your balance. Open up. Energize the knee and the hips facing the front, but really get this lovely opening of the back. Deep breath in. Good job. And then from here, we're going to bring the arms down, and we're going to come back to that down the dog. So the hands come to the floor, bend down, see how you feel. If you want to come into a box position, please do. Bring that leg back. Have the feet maybe a bit more wider at the back for the first few, because that feels quite nice. Add a bit of movement here. See how that feels, stretching that chest back. Deep breath in. Good. Just really kind of allow a little bit of pride to come into your feelings, into your movement pattern of how you've invested in your body today, and to join us. And let that be a good feeling, okay? Really breathe that in. And from here, gorgeous people, bend the knees, and you're going to walk the feet in nice and gently. See how that feels in your forward hanging bend. And then from here, bend, and got your weight in the heel pad. Tuck that tailbone under, and really take your time. See how you feel today. Ease up into that lovely tall position. Good job. Okay, how are we doing? Just wriggle yourself out. Little sequence now we're going to do for our ab pulls. Well done. So with our ab pulls, we've been working on this area between the pubic bone and the sternum. So the hand comes right down low, because this is where the rectus abdominis attaches to the pubic bone here, and also these deep transverse muscles. So we're going to leave the hand here, and we're going to try to pull a little bit away from the hand whilst we keep the glutes relaxed, so we have space in the spine. We're looking after back health, making these work from a cosmetic perspective and a functional perspective. Finger is in the belly button, and all we're trying to do is to get a little bit of extra height between the pubic bone and the belly button. So think about lifting up, even if it's just a millimeter, drawing away from the hand, keep breathing, and just release down. So as you release down, you feel how everything kind of becomes a bit lower, responding to gravity. We want these muscle fibers to become long and taut. Let's do that again. So we draw away from the hand first of all. The bottom stays relaxed, okay? Then think about a little bit of space between the pubic bone and the belly button. So it doesn't matter what's happening here. We want to really try to get these lower parts of the abdominal area firing up, making those work for such an important area to give space to our internal organs and release down. We're going to do 2 more. Okay, here we go. So we're going to pull in, pull up. Good job. Keep that focus there. And release. Last one. Here we go. So pull away from the hand, lift up, and release. Good job. Now we're going to just put that together in a small sequence. So bring the arms above the head. Nice tall posture. Be aware of where we are. Take hold of one arm. Just reach over to a nice big side stretch. Good job. And then ease over. We're going to stretch the other side. And then from here, the hands are in a central position. We're going to bend the knees. Hands come to the shoulders. We're going to roll all the way down. So tuck the tailbone under. Think about the distance here between the ribs and the hips. Chin comes in, and we have this delicious roll down, nice and gently. At the bottom, take a big deep breath in. Lift up through the backs of the legs. Does that feel a little bit better than the first one we did? Take that win if it does. Gorgeous people. And then bend the knees, heavy in that tailbone, and then slowly come all the way up. Up, 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 up. Reassess where we are. Ready? Hands come here by the belly. Think about your finger by your belly button, and we're going to come in with the lower, lift up, and we're here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and release down. Take the arms ahead. Here we go. We're going to roll down again. Nice deep breath in. Stretch up tall. Bend those knees. Tuck that tailbone under. Let the hands come to the shoulders. Where are we with your global breathing here? Keep that length. And then let that lovely waterfall effect come all the way down. Maybe appreciate how the body feels a little bit more smooth. It's giving you allowing the movement. Lift up through the backs of the legs. Deep breath in. Good job. Heavy in that tailbone, and then draw those abdominals in and really have that lovely delicious curl up. Here we go. Stretch up nice and tall. Take the hands up, up, up. Reach over so we start to really explore into the space that our body takes up today. Reach the other side. Good job. Bring the hands back. Come back again. Here we are with that ab pull. Fingertips here in the belly button. Are we ready? Pull away from the fingertips. Lift up. Keep the smoothness. Keep the lift. Pulling in and stimulate these really tricky lower areas. Supporting the spine. The bottom's relaxed here for 2 more. 1 more. And relax down. Ready? We're going to do 1 more sequence. Arms come up. Bend the knees. Tuck the tailbone under. Really appreciate how your body's got a little bit more movement. Be grateful for it. Say, thank you, body. How are we doing today? All the way down. And at the bottom, we can have a little bit of lift up through the backs of the legs. How are we doing through there? Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. This is our last roll up. So we're heavy in that tailbone all the way through the heel pad. Nice deep breath in. Stretch up tall. Feel the height that your body takes in as well today. Lift through one side and really reach. Get this lovely exploration. And if you want, you can bring one leg out to the side as well, so we feel how the whole body works together. Come back to the center and the other side. Reach over, so I'll just show you from the front. It will look like this. Stretch. Good. Come back. And we're going to finish by leaving our hand here in our abs, lifting our fingertips into that belly button. We're going to draw in and lift up. Being open with our torso, feel how we have lightness, we have vitality, we have energy, making this area work. But there isn't tension, there's tautness. And we're pulling in and up and being neat with our bodies for 10 and 9 and 8. And take forward this feeling of lightness and energy and vitality with us for the rest of our day. For 5 more, for 4 more, for 3, for 2, and 1. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, lovely people. Take your arms out. This is our last session in this series of our core and posture morning boosters. Thank you so much for joining me live, for all your energy, your lovely comments, your emails, your feedback. Please, I invite you to leave a comment below. Let me know how you got on with this series. There's lots more coming, so spin the arms. Give yourself a really lovely big hug. Bend those knees a little bit. The chin is going to come down into your chest, and just let the elbows point down, maybe pull up from the fingertips so you get this delicious stretch in the back. And after the count of 3, we're going to send our love around the world from me to you. Here we go. 3 and 2 and 1. It's gone. Thank you so much, lovely people, for joining me today and throughout this whole series. We'll put the whole playlist together. This is a really great series to come back and revisit, especially if you are following my WalkActive program, which is the effective walking system, the core exercises that we do here are part of my much bigger core and tone part of the WalkActive system, which will really complement and flatten this area so that you can bring in much more core work into your walk for fitness benefits, for postural benefits, and it really will transfer across all aspects of your life. So I appreciate all your energy. Thank you so much. It's just a real joy. I love teaching you, and keep your comments in. Anything that you particularly like me to see me do, please leave a note below. If not, have a great day. And from me to you, thank you so much. Big level greetings, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Take care. Okay. Thank you, lovely people. Oh, thank you, lovely people.